how's it going YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite aviation channel, and today we're doing the 13th airport update for Lahore Allama Iqbal International Airport. Today's video is going to be set between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. So quite a fair amount of airplanes to get through in this update. What I'll do today is that we'll just get through all the planes first and then discuss some any news topics regarding Lahore and Pakistani aviation in general. So let me quickly zoom out here so you can see I do have all the lights on, just like the previous update last month or a few months ago. Last month, I think, right? Last month. I think I had a similar setup where I had the lights on for the airport and also the room lights on, because it is a 10 a.m. update. You know, it's a broad daylight time frame, so it didn't make any sense at all to have the room lights off and the airport lights on. So I just thought, you know, having the airport lights on will give it a bit more, just spice up the diorama a little bit more. So yeah, we'll get started over here. First off, stand number 2, if I remember correctly. I keep forgetting if this is number 2 or number 9, but I think this is number 2. We have a PIA 777-200ER, which is just sitting here. Arrived earlier in the morning from Dubai. I can't remember what the flight number was because the day that I'm replicating this airport update off of, we got 2 PIA 777s that were on the ground. One had come in a while earlier. I think it was from Dubai, or it might have been Saudi Arabia, I can't remember. And then the other one had come also from Saudi Arabia, and it's sitting in the background, gate 9, I think that is. So yeah, but this is just sitting here, and it's going to operate, if it'll focus, it's going to operate a flight to, I think it was also going back to Dubai later in the day, like 2 p.m. or something. But yeah, that's just sitting at the remote stand because it has nothing else to do right now. Over here at the terminal, we'll start off with gate 3. We have the PA A320 in the retro livery, and this airplane is going to be making flight 303 down to Karachi, so it's just getting its servicing done, concluding the service. It'll probably start boarding soon, and then push back, you know, for Karachi and all that stuff. So it's a better view. Nice. All right, over here, gate 4 is the Serene Air 737-800, which is going to operate a 11:25 a.m. departure to Dubai as flight 723. Fairly new flight. I think actually just last year I made a video on this. Serene Air began international flights to Dubai and Sharjah and all that. I think they do also fly to Jeddah with their A330s and stuff. So this is the first time I'm including the international flights from Serene Air in an airport update, so that's cool. And then over here at gate number 5 we have the PAA A320 in the standard livery. And this is another new flight. This is a PK 159, 12 p.m. departure to Baku, Azerbaijan. That's a relatively new flight, started up earlier this year or late last year. So yeah, I heard Baku, they're going to be switching it to go out of Karachi later in the year. I'm not entirely sure, because currently it operates from Lahore, but I think they might be moving that flight to Karachi sometime. And then I think Lahore, they'll keep their flight to Tashkent, Uzbekistan. That'll operate from Lahore, and then Baku will go out of Karachi. But I'm not too sure about that because PIA is weird, and they like to change things all of a sudden because that's how they run, I guess. Okay, so that's enough PIA slandering for today. Moving over here to the taxiway, we have the Qatar Airways Boeing 777-300ER, which is taxiing for departure back to Doha as flight 629. Slightly delayed. It's a 9:45 a.m. departure, so it's about 35 minutes late, but not too bad. Over here at gate 6 is the Saudi 777-300ER in the old livery. It's a 10:15 a.m. departure back to Jeddah as flight 735, so it's just waiting for the Qatar to, you know, clear, and then it'll get pushback clearance and all that, depart back out. And then next door is the Virgin Atlantic 7879, which came in from London Heathrow as flight 364, and it's just getting serviced in between, you know, flights. It'll depart back to Heathrow at 12 p.m. as flight 365. Really happy to see Virgin Atlantic doing really well in Lahore and Islamabad. Unfortunately, I didn't mention this in the previous video. British Airways actually ended service to Lahore. They don't fly to Lahore anymore. And that has something to do with, actually I have no idea why. It might have something to do with them switching a few routes from Heathrow to Gatwick, because they moved their Islamabad flight from Heathrow to Gatwick, so they no longer fly Heathrow to Islamabad. They fly from London Gatwick to Islamabad. So they ended up canceling the Lahore flight. Virgin Atlantic is the only one of the two carriers now flying to Lahore, which is unfortunate because British Airways was only here for like a year and then they left all of a sudden. So it's unfortunate, but that's just how the industry works. I can't remember exactly. Again, I don't remember why they canceled the Lahore flight. It might have something to do with slot restrictions at Heathrow or something like that. But it is what it is. I guess that is good news for PIA because they are, again, like they've been saying for the past year, they're hoping to resume their European flights and UK flights soon. I guess they're getting closer to that point, but will they actually do it this year? Will the EASA and the UK CAA, will they actually approve PIA's return to the European airports and UK? That's something we don't know yet. It could happen, it could not, but hopefully PIA is back for their European routes this year because they're missing out on a lot and they have a lot of 777s sitting around doing nothing. So I really hope they come back to Europe soon, like I mentioned in previous videos. But yeah, British Airways is no longer in Lahore anymore. They're only out of Islamabad. So it's just Virgin Atlantic here, sadly. And then last but not least is another PIA 777-200. This came in from, again, I can't remember, but I'm just gonna say it came in from Dammam, Saudi Arabia earlier. It parked at this gate, and then later on it's gonna operate a flight to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. So those are all the airplanes for this update. That's all I have to show today. Regarding some news topics, I didn't cover this in the last update as well, I forgot, but Thai Airways is back in Lahore. I covered this in the previous Karachi update, but I didn't mention it in the last Lahore update that I did. But Thai Airways is back in Lahore. They resumed the service actually back in February or something like that, but here's the flight. As you can see, TJ346 to Bangkok. It's a 350-900, which is really nice. Islamabad and Lahore are the 350, but Karachi for some reason is a 787, which is it's really annoying because I would prefer the 350 at Karachi as well. But Thai Airways is back, which is great. I don't have the 350 model, but I would. I'll see if I can pick it up or something. It's not really a model I want to get, but in order to keep the realism, you kind of have to. So we'll see whenever I pick that model up. Some other cool stuff. Malindo Air is finally back, or they're Batik Air now. It says Malindo, but yeah, they were suspended because of the pandemic, but they are back. They resumed, when did they resume? February 25th. Okay, so they've also been here a while. So they're doing 737-800s to Lahore, as you can see. I have the 900 model. I showed that in a previous, one of the first updates I did for Lahore. I showed my model of the 739, but they unfortunately are getting rid of their 737-900s, so all they have are the 800s left. And that's what they're using for this flight. So I might have to pick that one up as well. I'm not sure if I can get the Malindo livery or the Batik. I like this one a lot more, the Batik Air livery. So I guess Malindo, they got merged back into Batik Air. I don't really know what's going on with them, but yeah. And then Qatar Airways has another extra flight. They added that. Islamabad and Lahore both got an extra Qatar Airways service. I don't know why Karachi didn't, but I guess that's just how things work in the industry. I'm not going to cry about that. Who cares? Everything else is the same. I heard Mahan Air from Iran, they're going to be resuming their flight from Mashhad to Lahore next month or in a few weeks. I think it was on the A310 previously. Sometimes they would bring in the A340, so we'll see if I can find a model of that, because Mahan Air is a pretty cool airline. Iran Air doesn't fly here, but for some reason they were showing up. Like, look at that. I don't think they fly to Lahore. They fly to Karachi. Like I've seen them in Karachi before, but I don't think they fly. Oh, do they? Oh, they do. Oh wow, A320 and A321. Okay, cool. Okay, that's also new. February 26th. Everything started back in February. I didn't even know that. So that's cool. A lot of cool stuff happening in the industry. And I think that's really it as with regards to Lahore. I can't remember anything else. So Thai Airways is back. Malindo or Batik Air, they're back. And Iran Air is also back. And then Mahan Air is coming back too. So a lot of great stuff. Travel is coming back. And more on the subject of Pakistani aviation news, I was recently able to go on the V1 Rotate podcast, which is a joint podcast that Red River Aviation and Citrus Aviation, they both run it. It's a new podcast they just started up last month or the month before. So for episode 2, I was able to fill in for Citrus because he was in Dallas, so he wasn't able to join or to do the episode with Red River Aviation. So I was able to fill in and help out. It was a very, very, very long episode, 2.5 hours we spent talking about stuff, but I had a special segment about Pakistani aviation. I briefly touched on it. I was able to mention some things like the growing domestic market, the new airlines like Fly Jinnah, which is a joint venture between Air Arabia and some private Pakistan entity company. They're going to be starting a Fly Jinnah, which is a Pakistani low-cost airline, which is supposed to take flight, start operations next month in June. So they're going to be coming. That's another news topic that I forgot to mention in this video, but I did mention that on the V1 Rotate podcast episode 2. It should be out by now. I'll link it in the description or in the card if you want to check it out. It was fantastic. Had a lot of fun. Hopefully I can do it again with those guys. A lot of fun. And be sure to check it out if you haven't already. And yeah, so that's something I briefly wanted to mention. That's enough talking from me today. We've reached the end of this video. Stay tuned. We have some exciting videos coming out from my recent day trip I took earlier this week to Chicago, Houston, and Dallas. My first time going to Houston. Unfortunately, I was only there for like 30 minutes because I had a tight connection. But got some videos filmed for you all. The first one will be a trip report coming out hopefully on Tuesday of next week. Shouldn't be too hard, I hope, for me to get that video out by then. But plenty of videos coming from that. About 5 videos I have planned from that quick day trip to come out over the next few weeks. And then for the rest of the summer, we'll see. Hopefully my family and I can do something. We'll see. I have summer courses that'll be taking place for about 7 weeks from June through the end of July, but they will be online though, so we'll see what we can do with that, and if I can upload regularly simultaneously with taking classes and stuff like that, but we'll see. That concludes this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Any feedback, please leave it in the comments. Any questions or whatever. Check out the Midwest Model Store. Use my discount code AS5 for 5% off. Worldwide shipping, US shipping, fastest shipping in the US. This video is not sponsored, but I do have a discount code, so if you're looking for models, you can use it and get 5% off. That's just wanted to mention that as well. Alright, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys next time, and take care. Goodbye.